Welcome to Single Mom Honey, a podcast dedicated to single moms with a focus on health and money and everything in between.
I'm Quaylin, single mom of 3 and nurse practitioner by day, creative soul by night, and health advocate.
Yeah, and I'm Aisha. I'm a single mom of 2 with a background in strategic finance and a passion for personal growth and stability.
All right, so we decided to start Single Mom Honey to help empower single women to regain self-identity and self-confidence while obtaining knowledge and the skills to live their best lives. 2 topics that are important to everyone are health and finances. So, or you can say health and money.
I mean, you had something else to add to that. So.
Yeah, but all right.
But I would add something to that called Welcome to Single Mom Honey. All right, so today's topic is about money. Money. You gotta sing a sting like that. You cannot sing a song.
No, you got to sing it pretty.
No, you have to sing a sting because you mean it. Don't mess about money.
Just because it's stink don't mean it can't be pretty.
Whatever.
Right,
Anyways, so we're talking about living below our means. Listen, as a single mom, I am constantly focused on my finances because I really don't have a choice, because when it comes to being a sole provider for my household and my children, everything starts and stops with my ability to take care of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all have been there trying to figure out how we're going to rob Paul to pay Peter and vice versa.
I think it's rob Peter to pay Paul.
I said vice versa.
All right.
I said, and vice versa. Like, why can't you just compute that like that? Like, stop.
It just didn't sound right.
And when I typed it, I thought the same thing, and I was like, fuck it, I'll put vice versa at the end. Somebody gonna figure it out.
Rob Peter to pay Paul. Or depend on child support.
Girl, please. That is a myth and that is a fable. That is not true. That does not truly exist.
It's an urban legend.
Exactly. It's a maybe. And kids don't eat on maybes.
No.
Or
they eat every day.
I might have it. Or I'm in between jobs right now. Or damn, I gotta live too. That does not help.
Exactly.
Make sure my children are taken care of. So
I agree.
It starts and it stops with me. Quaylin, although we are earning more than our mothers and grandmothers, historically.
Right.
We, as women today, are the most educated. We actually start businesses more than any other group of people here in America. We still, unfortunately, are in a situation where we are still living paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
And not only as women, but as single moms, we have the short end of the stick when it comes to the ability to make money when you're in a traditional system, i.e. corporate America, i.e.
I agree.
working for someone else. You tend to get paid less than other people. So one would think having a higher paycheck than our mothers and our grandmothers will give us the opportunity to stay above the curve.
But the bills are higher.
Yeah, the bills are higher.
The cost of living is crazy.
And also, we're living in single parent households. A lot of our mothers and grandmothers, not mine particularly, lived in households where they had husbands who were also contributing.
Right. So even if you have a single income, it never equates to 2 incomes.
No.
Even with a part-time job, it's just not the same.
Even with 2 full-time jobs, you still struggling. And struggling with a K, you heard me? It's a privilege to have struggle with the T. I'm talking about struggling with the K. You hear me? When I was single with no kids.
You're going to get a promotion to the T.
Exactly. I'm trying to get the T. All right. So with that comes stress. Money problems bring stress. There is no way around it. As Quay mentioned earlier, we deal with money and health on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of us tend to struggle and live in paycheck to paycheck, not with the limited amount of resources that we have, but also when it comes to our lack of basic money management skills.
Exactly.
A lot of us weren't taught how to handle money.
Nope.
You just learn by failing. And what happens when you keep failing over?
You figure something out.
And
or you keep failing.
People figure. Not everybody.
It's different degrees of failure.
Yes. Living below your means is essential to obtaining financial freedom or some sense of it. So to some, the idea of living below your means sounds like a never-ending prison sentence. What you mean I can't buy what I want?
At least for 18 years if you got kids. And then if you got multiple,
that's depressing.
That's depressing. And
then subtract that. And then divide that by... Because now, right? Like Rain Man, okay? So But actually living below your means, and this is something that I have practiced prior to having children, during my marriage, and after, is a safe haven. Okay. It is, in case it happens, guess what? It's going to happen. The other shoe will always drop. So basically, living below your means will help you get out of that vicious paycheck to paycheck cycle. Not always, but most of the time. Because having kids, emergencies always come when you ain't got no emergency fund put in place.
All right. So listen, if you want more info
and more of Aisha and Braylon,
you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Single Mom Honey. Join our private Facebook group, Single Mom Honey, to get the update on the latest tea and honey combos.
All right, let's go into some facts so we can support what we mean about how living below our means in single motherhood correlate.
All right, I got you. According to a 2025 National Debt Relief Survey, staggering 6 out of 10, approximately 59% of parents have now gone into debt in order to raise their children. And worse, about 48% or half say the debt is becoming unmanageable. Now, due to persistent wage discrimination, single mothers face compounded economic disadvantages that single fathers simply don't encounter. Carol explains 62 cents for every dollar earned by fathers when looking at all workers, even among full-time and year-round workers. Mothers still earn only 74 cents compared to fathers.
That's crazy. Same job, same education, same experience.
Mothers earn just 62 cents for every dollar earned by fathers when looking at all workers. And that's absolutely crazy. That means single moms have to work longer than single fathers to earn the same amount while also balancing caring for the kids and themselves. Mothers of color face a whole different set of circumstances.
We know that.
Meaning that the wage gap is even wider as Black women because we earn just 64 cents on the dollar compared to Latina women and 54 cents on the dollar when compared to white men.
So we're even starting further back in that race when it comes to this thing called life. So when it comes to living below your means, it's actually not just an option. It's essential. It's necessary in order for you to lower that stress level, because stress causes issues and we got enough of those. So we don't need to add anything else on to it.
Absolutely.
So first thing we could do, and let's start with the T. All right. So your living situation. That's one of the largest bills that we all have to deal with. If your rent or mortgage takes more than 30% of your take-home pay each month. Now, this is not the gross. This is the net. This is after you pay your taxes. This is after you pay for your health insurance. This is after you put money into your 401k. Yep. This is after everybody else get a chunk of what they
401k, dental.
Yeah, insurance.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You said all that.
So either your living space is too big if you're paying more than 30% of your take-home pay for your rent or your mortgage. Your living space is too big, or you're living in an area, unfortunately, you can't afford. You need to downsize or to make a lateral move once the opportunity arises. So this is the way I can break it down. So for example, if you take home $3,000 each month. I'm just giving a blanket thing. Anyways, so if you take home $3,000 each month and you pay $1,500 a month for your housing, you can't afford it later. That's 50%, girl. That's regular old math. Flat out. If you don't anticipate your salary to increase within the next 90 days, then you can't continue to throw away 50% of your hard-earned cash each month for a roof over your head. It may not be what you want to do, but it's what you have to do in order to create some type of safe haven and a safety net for you and your children as a single mom. So if your take-home pay is $3,000 and your rent and your mortgage should be no more than $900. I know that sounds crazy nowadays because you should be able to find a 2-3 bedroom or house somewhere for maybe $450, and nowadays it's $2,500.
Right now, life is an episode of Survivor.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like, I get it's hard, but it's possible. Find another single mom. Maybe y'all could rent a house together and raise your kids together and something like that.
Idea.
I've seen people on social media who are doing that.
Because, like, when you go on a hot date Like, I could be watching your
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
And then when I go,
as long as we had a rule that male companions cannot stay in the home.
Exactly.
This is our safe haven for us and our children.
Exactly.
Y'all go get y'all a hotel, you go to his place.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Honestly, we need to learn how to decentralize men out of the equation.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they always mess up everything.
Fuck up everything.
Okay,
let's talk about transportation. Let's think about car payments. If your car payment is more than let's try that again. If your car payment is more than 10% of your take-home pay, you're setting yourself up for failure. Or long-term struggle. If you have a take-home pay of like $3,000 a month, you should not be paying more than $450 a month. I've heard recently that the average car payment is over $700 a month.
I thought it was $600.
No, it's $700 now.
Oh,
that's crazy.
And now they're moving forward with like 7-8 year loans. Remember, it used to be 6 years to be the max. Because I had to go 6 years when I was struggling. But no, it has gone up 7-8 year loans.
That's wild. And then like the cars don't even be asking, like they don't last until the end of the car note.
Oh no, it's set up just like an iPhone.
Like, it's like
it dies right before the new
version. Like this car will self-destruct in 5, 4.
I know. This sounds crazy. I know this sounds nuts, but it is possible. Maybe getting a car note isn't the best for you. Get an older version. Get something you can pay
off. Get a used car. Get a pre-owned car.
I mean, get you a putt-putt if you need to. That's going to get you from point A to point B safely for you and your children.
Exactly.
Get you a car that you could pay off with a tax return. And we'll talk about that some other time. How you could maximize your tax return as a single mom as well. So your transportation, we know is important because you have to go to work. Your children have to go to daycare. Your children have to go to school.
They got to be picked up from extracurricular activities.
Exactly. They may need to go to the doctor. They have appointments left and right. We understand transportation is important.
Because you are responsible as a single mom.
But it should not be draining you. It should not be draining you. It's an asset, but it should not be a liability.
Exactly.
Another way you could live below your means as a single mom is roll with cash only.
I don't know the last time I just carried cash. Does cash exist? Like they stopped making the penny.
They did because they said it costs 3 cents to make 1 penny, so they have eliminated the penny.
All right, fine, but like some stuff is still 99 cents, and then
I'm not paying $1 for it because they won't give you their change back. They go round it up. So now they taking more money out of you.
It's crazy.
So I get having a car for situations like that. But look, I am a huge advocate for cash stuffing. Cash stuffing is a way for us to be able to allocate every single dollar that we have in that take-home pay to have a job that can help better not only our lives, but also our stress level when it comes to money.
I got a question, though. With cash stuffing, do you actually have to have the cash on hand to do it?
Yes, you have to have the cash on hand, and you have envelopes, and each envelope is dedicated to a certain task or expense.
So then do you have to go redeposit the money?
No. So
how do you do it?
Cash stuffing, say I have a $200 budget with my groceries for this paycheck. I'm gonna go into the bank when I get paid and take out $200. That $200 in my grocery list, my grocery envelope, and then say I have a $100 budget for my gas. Then I put that $100 in for my gas. Then I have.
Okay, so I guess my question is like for stuff that you have to pay online, you just leave it in your bank account then.
Yes, you just leave it in your bank account, but you budget that dollars down and chop it into where it needs to go in order to make sure that you guys are taken care of until your next pay, but also savings needs to be taken from there as well, so you can build an emergency fund.
Okay, and then you also put for your outside street time fund. Well, street with a T.
Can you go for it now?
If you budget, you're not out in the streets, you're in the streets.
Yeah, no. So what I do with my cash stuffing is I have envelopes for everything. I have a grocery envelope, I have a gas envelope, I have a household, so that's for like cleaning supplies and tissue and paper towels and stuff like that. I have a kids fund envelope, so my kids get money every paycheck. Mom me fund.
Okay, so tell me about that.
That's something I can do. If I want to get a massage, I'm going to put $80 away for my massage.
So that's a separate fund.
These are all separate envelopes for every single job to have. Oh, school's coming in, so I have a school clothes fund, or I have a Christmas fund, or I have a birthday, a special occasion fund, and to do something like that. But every single dollar has a job. Listen to me. We are going to go over cash stuffing, and I'm going to share with you my tips of how I keep up with cash only. It helps with you mentally to put a rein on your spending because you get to see the money dwindle away. versus when you're swiping your card. It's imaginary money. As long as it say approved, that's all I care about. I don't care what is left. You be like, looking at that thing, that terminal, approved. Okay, then come on, let me get my stuff. And you just keep swiping, mindlessly swiping. Versus when you have money, I came in with 200, now I got 32.16 until the next paycheck. We ain't gonna buy these cookies because we don't need these cookies. We're not gonna buy this extra stuff because we don't need this. I can't get this wine. Fuck, what am I gonna do for the next 2 weeks? It makes you more mindful of how you're spending. So roll with cash.
So
only.
being mindful, does it decrease your stress level?
Yes. I feel like it gives you more control.
Okay.
And as a single mom, when so many things are out of our control, I feel like that helps me. I mean, I can't live a luxurious life today, but I can tomorrow if I make those small sacrifices.
Okay.
By not spending mindlessly. Every time I go to the dollar store with my kids, they want to get a toy. No, I have no problem telling them no. We're not here to get that.
No, it's a full sentence.
Exactly. So you can just break it or leave it in a car and I never had to see it again. That's $1.25 because they don't want up now at the dollar store. They sell things $10. So absolutely not. We're not buying this. I'm not doing that. I have no problem letting my kids know, because this is going to stop us from living on that paycheck to paycheck. That little $10 toy or $1 toy, if you add up over time, it could really be worth hundreds of dollars that you could have put away for a rainy day. And yeah, but rolling with cash make you more mindful, and giving children cash as well makes them see and learn the value of money. So we're not in music videos, we're not making it rain, and we're not filming a reality TV show. So you ain't the Kardashians.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So let's talk about other ways we can basically live below our means. So recently, I will say within the last 6 months, I have unsubscribed from overdraft protection, which is awesome because from what I understand is when I had overdraft protection, I would still be charged if I went over my balance. But if you unsubscribe, they don't allow you to process any funds that aren't there. Is that correct?
Yep. It's basically the bank giving you a small loan and say, here, we'll cover it, but you got to pay us back. And if you don't, here's an overdraft fee on top of another fee, on top of another fee, on top of another fee. And then all of a sudden you got $300 worth of fees because you wanted that loaf of bread.
Right. And one fee is never one fee.
No, they be banking on you not getting there in 24 hours.
It's the company as well. Oh, you didn't pay, so we charge you. The bank charges you. And then there's some type of transactional fee in between. And it's like, that one thing that would have cost you $17.39, nothing ever costs $17.39. Okay, $17.99. But anyway, it ends up costing you about $40, right? And then
it's not worth it.
It's never worth it. Never worth it. So my mom used to say this word all the time, behoove.
It behooves.
It behooves you to unsubscribe from overdraft protection because, if you can't overdraft, then you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't even know that they are signed up for overdraft protection because I know when I signed up for my first free checking account, they just automatically do it on.
Yeah, you had to.
They didn't even ask you.
You got to opt out.
Yeah, you have to opt out, and they don't even ask you if you want it or not. They
to opt out of a lot of things in life. Sometimes it's meant to.
Yeah,
but we'll talk about that later.
Overdraft protection is your opt.
Exactly.
Scripping and scraping, and it feels good not to have a denial at the terminal and the long line of people behind you and stuff and everything. But
you're still paying for it.
Exactly, but you got to do it on the long end. A lot of people, I feel like when it comes to overdraft protection, they just think that's the norm. No, you can take it off. And it actually builds discipline. Discipline builds character. And it also makes you, once again, mindful. That is the word for this episode. Mindful that sometimes your wants don't need to be met.
Exactly.
But your needs come first.
Exactly.
So something that I have done recently, Quay, is that I have unsubscribed from a lot of my streaming apps that I have been paying for. Remember when they first came out, you're like, oh my God, this is so cheaper than cable.
It is. Until you get 3,000 different streaming apps. And you can see everything on one app. And then you
can do it purposely.
Watch this. Yeah. You can get it on that free trial subscription for 7 days. And then as a single mom, what happens? 7 days later, you done took the kids to school, all the extracurriculars, and then you got shit to do as well. And then you remember 17 days later.
Yep. And then
you should have unsubscribed. Back, so then you be like, fuck it.
But then it hit on your account. You're like, I didn't cancel it. And then you just go into something else. And here come another month. And here come another month.
And it's still not canceled.
Listen, my kids were hurt when I canceled Disney Plus. I canceled Hulu. I canceled Peacock. I canceled Paramount Plus. I canceled Netflix.
You had all of those?
I had all of those.
I think I got Netflix and Hulu.
Okay. Yeah, no, we had all of those.
And everything else got to be free.
See, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
I had all those, and then all of a sudden, that actually ended up being more than cable. Like, I was paying how many things? And I had Prime Video, too. So I was paying for that as well.
So Prime is a little different, in my opinion. I mean, let's explain
I got to cancel that, too, but go ahead.
I didn't cancel it because I still get Amazon Prime for my deliveries.
Yeah.
But I think Prime comes with it.
Yeah, Prime Video comes with Amazon Prime. I canceled Amazon Prime.
Oh,
because I was like, I'm not shopping as much as I was before. Like before, I was shopping. Amazon was coming to my house to the point my kids like, oh, it's a smiley face box on the porch, and I didn't know it was a smiley face. You know that Amazon? I didn't know that. I was like, it is. But they knew what the Amazon truck was because I was ordering so much, and I haven't
because it gets so convenient that you just start. It's an inconvenience. It becomes an inconvenience.
Exactly, because we're so busy, but you can't be too busy to better yourself.
Exactly.
Because you will stay put. You will stay comfortable. Comfortable sometimes is the sacrifice of growth. And I'm not trying to do that anymore. So I plan as much as I can out. So I got rid of all of those streaming apps. My kids felt like they were dying inside. What do you mean I can't stream my favorite show? I did that. Whatever. We don't have it right now.
Like, these kids are spoiled.
Yeah, my kids
I
are
used to have to watch TV.
And commercials.
Yeah, when it came on. Like, you can't fast forward or skip the ad.
Yeah. And now one thing...
But we survived.
Yeah.
We survived.
But one thing I did keep is my YouTube Premium. Because I can't do the commercials on YouTube. Okay? I kept my YouTube Premium. I cannot do commercials on YouTube. I refuse. Call me bougie, call me whatever. I'm not going back to having to skip 50 million ads in one video. I ain't watched the ad in 10 years on YouTube. I ain't going back. But I get rid of all the other stuff. That's one thing I'm holding on to. I'm like, yeah, I know you crying that you're going to miss your show.
They can find anything you can find on Netflix or on YouTube anyway.
Exactly. Well, just some of the things. So what are some things that you have done as a single mom to shave off some of the fat to try to help you guys financially?
You know what? I definitely went to I'll call it, I don't want to say unbranded.
Okay.
But like low budget. That's probably not the right name either for it. Generic phone company for my cell phone.
Okay. I did too.
I switched from like your no names such as like Verizon,
T-Mobile,
Sprint, yeah, all of those to like Metro PCS because like I get the same service for like a third of the price.
I would even say a third. I would say probably a fourth.
Yeah, and like, and then I'm like, well, the calls was dropping on Sprint. I don't even think they got Sprint anymore. Sprint T-Mobile.
I don't know. I feel like they did join or something like that. Yeah.
But they didn't change the prices when they merged.
Yeah.
You know,
I was with T-Mobile for almost 20 years, and I just switched over to Mint Mobile.
Oh yeah, that's probably like another branch off of Metro. Yeah. But anyway.
Well, no, it's different.
Same.
The same. They're not the big four.
Okay, yeah.
Or big three, whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, but why pay for that? I mean, you can still have the same device, but for something that fits within your budget.
Look, my bill went from $260 a month to $45 every 3 months.
That's awesome. And how many lines do you have?
That's for one line.
For one line.
And then I have an unlimited line, which is $90 every 3 months.
Yeah, I got 4 lines right now. I want to say 4.
Wait, no, two something every 3 months. Yeah, I went from $260 a month to $210 every 3 months for unlimited everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at like, I don't even remember what Sprint and Verizon were charging me. It was just
ridiculous. But you didn't feel like you had a choice.
No.
You had to be locked in. Yeah.
Yes. And then with Metro PCS, it's like month to month. And then I have 4 lines. I have lines for my children and myself. And then my oldest just turned 18, so she has a different line. And I got a line for my mother.
Okay.
Right? I want to say it's less than $150 a month for all crazy. 4 lines, and it's unlimited.
Wow. See, we gotta figure it out. Like, one thing that I haven't done in a while, but I am going back to, in addition to my cash stuffing, is couponing. I used to coupon. Why do you look so stressed?
Because
you said one word.
Couponing sounds like homework to me. If you can make it not sound like homework, like it sounds like a research project.
It is an extra.
And you gotta look, and then you gotta keep the stuff in order. And I'm just trying to keep my life in order.
I know, but it's so worth it.
If you can tell me how to do so without the stress.
Also, like Ibotta is an app where you could just get the coupon on there, and they will pay you back the money. They will deposit it right into your account, so you don't necessarily take it to the store. You just scan after you buy the groceries. Ibotta, IBOTTA. I haven't used it in years, but I'm going to get back on it because I'm like, I need it. When I tell you the grocery store will whoop my ass, the grocery store will whoop my ass like I owe them something, and they get pleasure out of it. Like I look at it, why the cashier telling me the price. I'm like, I don't even sound right. $80. I ain't get no meat. I just got vegetables, I got fruit, I got eggs, I got freaking milk, and you telling me $80? That is disrespectful. If I could, I would smack the fuck out of you. But I know you ain't set these prices, but you look at it like it's going into your pocket. I get so angry when I go to the grocery store. And then my kids are getting bigger.
They're only going to get bigger.
More.
Okay, so time out. The ages of your kids right now?
Yeah, my children are 4 and 7. I have 2 boys.
So I want you to realize 2 boys.
Yeah.
So I claim personally that I have a football team.
I
have a 10-year-old son, and that counts for like 5 kids. And then I have my middle daughter who is 12. She's like 1.5, especially when it comes to carbohydrates. And then the now 18-year-old who's a senior. It depends on the day, what mood she's in, who she wants to be. I mean, it varies between 1 and 7 children.
Oh my God.
Because like sometimes she's bougie and she needs like certain foods. Other times she eats a lot. Other times she needs stuff before 5 o'clock, depending on her diet. And it's just, it's a lot.
I can't.
And then I'm like,
I don't.
I'm like, no, it's happening. Like I told you, the boy, definitely 5 kids. So like there is there's an exponent that goes on the number.
Really?
A multiplier.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when it comes to the boys.
And my kids are going to be big too.
And yeah.
So it's...
Listen, you see how short I am. My kids eat a lot.
Listen, school winter break has just started. All right. I have been snacked to death. I have been eating out of snack at home. I cannot re-up on some snacks. I re-up. I'm talking like a drug dealer now. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm dealing snacks. Okay. I re-up on some snacks. And I was like, this should be enough. Girl, I've been back to the grocery store twice since winter break done started. Yeah. Can I get a snack? Can I have a snack? Oh, wait.
When I was growing up in the 80s and 90s.
You didn't have snacks.
No.
I didn't have a snack.
First of all, I had to ask permission to go in the fridge.
No, my kids still do. They have to ask me. I didn't want to know when I'm eating because I'm afraid my kids are going to choke. I'm still ain't know about that. So I'm like, I'm very much like that. Like, I'm weird. Like that. But my kids do have to ask before they can eat.
My kids don't ask. Anything. I be tired.
See, you
tired as hell as a single parent. I'm like, there's food there. Figure it out. Mama needs a nap, and it's like a free for all. It's a whole free for all. It's like I just bought toaster strudels and there's none left.
They go through that box in the day.
Or even yogurt.
Yeah.
I'm like, Coco, like what happened to the yogurt? Well, I really like that peach flavored yogurt, so I ate 4 of them yesterday and 4 more today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, great, you got your calcium, your vitamin D, but there's no more yogurt left, and that was supposed to last the duration.
So how do you shop when it comes to groceries? Are you going as needed, or you go once a week? Do you go twice a week? I know some people go once a month. They go to
Sam's Club. No. I go as needed because I just never know. I just noticed that things are missing that I think should have lasted longer, and then somebody will be like, "We're out of this," and it's not even like, "Hey, could you get more of this?" We're out of this. This is your responsibility.
Hear me say we're out of this? Why is she not replenishing?
Yes.
You know when you run out of something, you replenish.
Exactly.
Oh, my mom needs to learn how to replenish.
And then, another thing I was thinking about, utilities with the tariffs, especially electricity. The electricity bills are like, disrespectful is an understatement.
What are you paying in electricity a month? If you don't mind sharing.
Probably close to $300 a month.
Electricity? What was it before the tariffs?
Less than that?
What's less than that?
Maybe 100 and something.
So it's doubled?
Doubled. Sometimes it's a little bit more. Yeah. Because, I have kids who are writing papers on their computers, charging cell phones. They need the lights on to do so.
150 to 300 is doubled? What the fuck?
Who are you telling? Listen, I literally got a notice from the electricity company saying like you owe another payment, and I was like, swear I just paid you 2 weeks ago.
Because they send that bill every 3 weeks. It don't even come every 4 weeks. You get a statement every 3 weeks. And I don't know about you, but our water company, I get the bill on the 10th due to 27th. You're not even giving me a full 2 fucking weeks to pay this. Like, what are you talking about? And if you don't pay it by this time,
It's gone.
You just told me about it yesterday, Frank. No, but I'm just
Okay.
saying, if I was arguing with a person, that's what I would say. Like, you can't, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't. Because I don't understand how they could get away with this. You just sent me a bill and turned around like, you ain't paid it. Like, it's crazy. Like, that's why we don't need these extra things. Okay, yeah, it makes your life comfortable, but once again,
How comfortable? You ain't doing nothing without electricity.
Exactly. Electricity,
Gas,
mortgage, your gas, your gasoline for your car insurance, your health insurance, your medical, your dental, your vision. Also, debt. Being a single mom, as we spoke about before, like some of the stats that you went over, debt is a part of our livelihood. Fortunately, we have to provide. It doesn't necessarily mean you got it. Sometimes you got to get it how you got it. Like, you just got to figure out how to, it sets you up because children are so expensive. And we want to be able to provide our children with the best possible. And unfortunately, we're only one person.
Exactly. And then, I mean, I just wanted to bring up the topic of child support. Don't depend on that shit.
Who depends on child support?
Some people do, unfortunately.
If you have a dependable
partner and
parent, other parent, co-parent, or DNA donor, then maybe that would be nice to have and depend on it. I mean, personally, I have not received child support in over a year from my children's father because he doesn't want to pay it, But he's still out here living. He is still out here living, but
absolutely,
the bills don't pay, and the children are still growing, and they need
exactly. They eat every day,
multiple times a day. Okay, so yeah,
don't bank on the things that are not definite.
You are the only thing that's definite for your children.
Exactly.
Being a single mom is not for the weak. And if you are weak, guess what? You about to build some muscle. You ain't got no choice but to get buff up in these streets and realize that you a beast out here for your kids. Ain't nothing gonna come against you and your kids, but not only yourself, but also the prayer of God or whatever spiritual being that you may pray to. Just be mindful of your spending and your living, and realizing that living below those means is what is going to take you and your children to the next level. I know we went over some, generic things, your housing, your transportation, having cash stuffing, and doing different things.
One other thing.
Go ahead.
Spending habits.
Okay.
Okay. So a lot of times I get stressed and I go shopping.
You're an emotional spender. Instead of an emotional eater, you're an emotional spender.
Yeah. I still got a little bit of body, yada. Anyway, so, I go out and I call it therapeutic shopping.
A lot of people do.
Therapeutic shopping can be deadly, especially to your finances. So you got to figure out a way to balance everything. And I think the cash stuffing will be like a great thing for that. You set yourself an allowance to spend, or, even think about thrift shopping. But ultimately, it's your habit. It is your habit that makes you or breaks you. Because if you can't control it, then you're going to spend whether you're thrifting or actually shopping.
Exactly. So, that's what it comes to. Just working on your money management skills. And it's not just necessarily about the skills, but also the emotion.
Yes.
I'm glad you tapped in on that. Because there is depression that comes from being a single mom, because you are carrying so much stress on your shoulders.
Stress, weight, oh my gosh, responsibility.
That it's easy to just allow yourself to break because it feels good to just let it all go.
Just to be free for a moment.
Be Elsa. Let it go. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I think that's the remix.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's still responsibilities that are not going to go away. Even after you have your little frozen moment, you still got to come back and be mama. It's still somebody looking up at you with them big eyes like,
exactly. And then
can I have more? more.
I think you're speaking in a Puerto Rican accent.
I don't even know what that means.
I made that up.
She using words I don't even know. Puerto Rican. So
I'll speak more about that later.
Okay. But when it comes to living below your means, figure out how to coupon, how to save a few dollars here and there, maybe decreasing the activities your children are in. I know you want to be able to give them the life that you did not have growing
Everything
up.
in moderation, though.
Yeah, they don't need to be a sport every season. Take a break. Sometimes the kids even need a break. Their bodies actually need to have rest.
Not just their bodies, but their mental health needs a break. Because they're dealing with the same shit you're dealing with.
Yeah. And they can pick up on your stress as well. Kids can tell when mommy's not doing well. My kids are very well versed and connected with me. And they were like, "You okay, mommy?" And I'll be trying to smile. "Yeah, I'm fine." How do they know?
Don't downplay yourself as an asset or a teacher for your kids, because there's a lot of things that you can teach your children instead of putting them in like classes and things like that. I'm not saying like you're a true artist, but you may be. You know, you need to hone in on those skills that you used to have, or that you let go of because you became a mom. I mean, there's a lot of fun activities that you can do with your kids that are free.
Like what? Give us an example.
Like for me, I like singing and musical theater, right? So sometimes, I want my kids to think on their toes and improv and do things like that. So simply, we could have a freestyle battle in the car. Like, it's so much fun. Like, or in the living room, or you could, like, create different dishes together, or do home improvement projects together, garden, go running. I mean, all the sports that you can pay for, you can do yourself.
Yeah.
And then, quite honestly, single moms need all the exercise we can get. Because, I mean, every single day is a battle.
Look, and that's actually something I'm going to be doing with my sons. So I played basketball for many years, and I'm going to be coaching them on sports. They want to really get into it, and it's something for us to do. We already have a membership to a community center. Let's just go and have fun. And they love the fact that you're
doing it with them. Yes, it creates memories.
You're not watching the TV. You're actually paying attention and honing in on creating skills or transferring your skills over to them as well.
Exactly. So for me, I run with my kids.
Okay.
And I did cross country running up. And, we did win the city championships one year. Just so and me and my sisters, every year we run the half marathon, Pittsburgh half marathon. But now we got our kids into it. Okay. So we do the kids marathon with them and we run with them. They do cross country for their schools. Not only does it teach endurance, it just teaches like them to, practice consistency and perseverance and dedication, because you can't just go out there and run every day if you haven't been running before, because then you'll just fall apart.
So it's making me tired you talking about all this different stuff.
Well, you should just come with me next time. Think about it.
For a walkathon?
You could walk. You could. They do have the half marathon.
Oh, the speed walkers be like
moving their hips,
shoulders, like this. Oh.
Well, I mean, it'll improve your mobility.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 40. We need to make sure we're still moving anyway.
And another point of living below your means is communal living. Not just communal living, but also communal buying. So what I have been doing with my mom and my sister-in-law and my cousin is I have a membership to Sam's Club. So we'll just go in and put money into a pot and just buy a whole bunch of meat, and then we'll divvy up the different packages.
That's
and
awesome.
Freeze it in our deep freezer. So we have meat for like the whole season or whatever. But instead of one
that
person
is a great idea.
Yeah, we all put in like $100 or something like that, and you get $500 worth of meat for like $100 per person. So you take this amount of steaks, you take this amount of chicken, you take this amount of sausages, you take this amount of turkey, you take this amount of, and then we just divvy up, because I'm not going to eat a whole big pack of 30 wings, but we all get 10 each or something like that. Just thinking of different ways outside of the box of how you could live below your means. If moving into a different place is not feasible right now because maybe you moved there to get your children into a good public school district, then all right, let's try to figure out what other ways we could cut fat.
But also other ways. Well, look at her nails. Who did these?
Kennedy, my little nail tech.
Okay, that's fine. But I also know that you can do your nails yourself.
Yep.
How can you save money doing nails yourself?
Oh, I could do them myself.
Oh, look at that.
I could. But this is a form of self-care for myself. So if I needed to, I absolutely would do it. But I'd rather just cut Netflix and all those other streaming apps and want me to have something for myself. Because I give to people constantly. I need to get this.
Because I could retwist my hair myself, but I'm not. That's D.
Yeah. So live below your means.
But make sure it's within your budget.
Yeah. And I budget every single dollar and every single cent. So I just want to make sure that we keep up with this diet economy that's going to benefit us and our children as single moms. All right, so those are different ways of how you can live below your means. We'll go further into other topics when it comes to money here as being a single mom. We want to make sure that you go ahead and rate our podcast wherever you're listening to us, and also share us with other single moms like yourself.
And if you have any feedback, send it to us.
Yes.
Where can they send it to us at?
singlemomhoney@gmail.com, or on our socials at singlemomhoney on TikTok and Instagram, or you go ahead and join our private Facebook group, Single Mom Honey.
I'm Quay, and I cover the health.
I'm Aisha, and I cover money.
You bring the tea.
And we have the honey. Bye.